Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here, and welcome to the first part of the new Q&A series. And as of right now, there's 601 questions, so I'm going to see how many I go through. I'm starting when I go to the view all, so it's showing the latest comments first. So then if you ask questions at the very beginning, those questions are going to be in the later parts. That's the way it's doing this, so I'm going to start that way. Alright, the first question is, why did you change your homepage banner? Now I know it looks like I'm looking because I'm reading off the screen. Why did you change your homepage banner from the Don and Murph to coolduder and the only picture are you're the only picture? Are Don and Murph really dead? You act alone now? Well, basically right now, since MJ's back in Maryland, up until probably January or so when he comes back, I'm pretty much going to be the only one in these videos. Me and Wet Movie's going to appear in them and some other special guests and stuff like that. But since it's pretty much my channel now for the most part, and MJ's going to be doing videos on his channel, I just switched it and put the links to the Facebook and everything. But don't worry though, MJ will be back. The Midnight Rentals. Do you get paid to act in these films? Yes and no. In the very beginning, I didn't. Now I have been, especially as of lately. Video Game Heaven 777. Tell us one thing that happened in a film you guys did. Well, I guess there's been a lot of different kind of experiences. Like this summer, like it was a lot of heat, like really hot, like almost like a couple points of time where it was mild heat stroke. Yes, on I don't want to name the films or anything, but like on some specific films, it was really, really, really hot, and there was only one room with the air conditioning, so I was like in and out of like that. It was bad. I'm glad the movie's done, and it's going to be a really good time, but it was hot. Sean 1100. Hey, great stuff. Love the channel. What's your favorite sci-fi television series? I don't think I really watch anything on the I guess sci-fi shows. Tales from the Dark Side. I think that's one. I do like The Outer Limits and The Twilight Zone as well, though. Earthen Furs. Did you guys cry when you parted ways? It was a little upsetting because like I know with MJ2 it all of a sudden hit him that he was going back. Like he kept on saying things like, "Oh, I want to go back," because he really wanted to go back because he missed his girlfriend. But all of a sudden when he was going back, then I noticed that he really hit him. And we've talked since and stuff, and I can tell that he definitely misses it. And I'm the same. But MJ will be back though. Don't worry. We didn't have any fights. I know some people have thought we had big fights or something. No, nothing like that happened. MJ went home when he was planning to go home. Jay Will. Are you going to be in any movies in the near future? What was your favorite movie when you were a kid? Mine were The Karate Kid, Flight of the Navigator, Cloak and Dagger, and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Will you please say hi, Jerry, in your Q&A video? Thanks, Mang. Well, hello, Jerry. And I would say, too, one of my favorite movies as a kid was Pee-wee. I see Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the Bill and Ted films, the Ernest films. Those were always things that I watched again and again and again as a kid. And as for movies in the future, there's like so many coming out. I mean, I'd say 75% of what I've done is not even out yet. I mean, this summer I did 7 different ones, and then there's 3 new ones coming up. There's a lot of things in the future. And then the TV show Look on Showtime, and I'm in one of the episodes of that series as well. Still been clogged up because I've been a little sick the last few days. I'm getting better though, but I've got clogged, so I may have to pop my nose some. It's like that clogged up head thing going on. GSCHWOB10. Sean, what's your favorite pro sports team? Also, what sports you like to watch on TV? I don't really watch any sports, really. I mean, it's not just because like a fat guy thing. I've never really watched sports. It's funny though, I've liked some sports comedy movies. Like, I don't really like sports, but then I've liked like Celtic Pride and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know nobody likes Celtic Pride, but I did. Blue Love 26. Hey Sean, have you seen Bronson with Tom Hardy? It's a fantastic film. What do you think of it? I've never seen that film. Numb Skull Pictures 1. Hey Sean, a while back you said you were going on a road trip and you were going to do something in Tennessee. What were you doing? I live in East Tennessee and just wanted to know where you were in Tennessee. I'm a big fan of your videos and just starting to do movie reviews myself. Check them out if you want. I'm also an independent filmmaker and would like to say you and Emsy are a big inspiration to all us indie filmmakers. Sincerely, yours, Alex Powers. Well, when I was in Tennessee, I took the plane to Tennessee and met Cameron McCasland, and then we drove about an hour to a part of I think it was like Christianville or something, part of Kentucky, where I filmed the Lashman movie. That was like a 10-day shoot or something, but I didn't shoot actually in Tennessee. But I was in Tennessee though. I came into it and flew out of Tennessee, but I was in the Nashville area. Max on Fire. Hey Sean, are you going to get any Kubrick films? I think I have. I have pretty many. I have some of them. I have Eyes Wide Shut, The Shining, and a couple other ones. Gabe Grader, please reread. Hey Sean, I'm a huge fan. Kind of a two-part question. Have you seen the trailer for the upcoming movie Sucker Punch? What are your thoughts on that? Also, have you seen the trailer for Paranormal Activity 2, and what are your thoughts on that? I love your videos. Peace. Please read. It says please read. I don't think I've seen the Sucker Punch trailer. I have seen the trailer for Paranormal Activity 2. I think it's kind of weird that they're doing another one. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna. I don't know. They're trying to pull it off again. It could be good. I don't know. I like the original one. We'll have to see. I know. Hopefully, it doesn't go the way Blair Witch 2 went. The Book of Shadows. This is 90s Kid Forever. Hey, what's up, Sean? I love the videos. I have a quick question. What is your favorite 90s Nickelodeon show? I'd probably say Kenan and Kel was one that I really loved, and I really wish at some point they put that onto DVD. I made my own ones online. It was one of the only shows I ever did that with because you never saw at conventions DVDs of it or anything. It's kind of the same with Family Matters. How up until now they finally started putting them out, and hopefully it's sold and they put out the other seasons. But that's one I loved, and I also loved Pete and Pete. One I thought I liked, but I didn't like that much was Clarissa. It was okay. I just never loved it. HES Stand 008. I'm going to shoot a low-budget movie. What kind of equipment do you need? Also, have you seen any good 80s slasher movies called Stage Fright? Have you seen 80s slasher films? Stage Fright, I did like that. I remember it had cool music. I did like that, though. And for equipment, the most important thing is to have the camera and some type of editing equipment. I mean, iMovie, Final Cut. Just something that will do the trick for that. And I mean, people that are going to put their time into the movie, not someone that's going to drop out or someone you can't count on. You got to find actors too that are, willing to go through with it, because that's especially with low budget movies that happens a lot. Especially if there's someone people aren't getting paid, people can that drop out, screw things up bad. But that's the most important thing, and especially light too. Have like one or two decent lights so it's not. Because that's one problem with a lot of low-budget movies is it tend to be very dark. Fear Craze HD. What year do you think all movies will be Blu-ray? I think probably in about 3 or 4 years everything will fully be Blu-ray. It takes a while though. I don't think it's going to be for a little bit yet. KCM Customs. How old are you? Laugh out loud. 25. Ray Gunn Jones. How did you land your first movie role? Well, the first movie that I ever did for a company was Banshee. And I remember the way that worked was, I remember the producer, Andrew Gernhardt, saw one of my DVD updates. No, the guy who does his covers, I believe, saw one of the DVD updates I did on cartoons. And then he sent it to Andrew and said, you should check this out. Then Andrew said, would you like to come and do a scene in Sasquatch Assault? And then I was like, oh yeah, sure, which that's now called Assault of the Sasquatch. It's going to be on Chiller 2. It's another story. But they said, you want to do that? They were like, yeah, definitely. Then he said, would you like to do Banshee beforehand? So he was like, the movie's done, but they didn't like the ending, so they wanted to add a new ending. So we came in and did a small ending for that. That was the official first thing we did. And then the second official thing we did was the following November. We filmed the Banshee in May, and then November. And then since then, it's just I've never stopped doing stuff. Um, Van's Rock 1. I don't think I've ever seen you talk about a Western movie. I like spaghetti westerns, are some of the best cinema. I think you would like spaghetti westerns like Durango and The Good, the Bad, and Ugly for their violence and great musical scores. I have seen, I think, Once Upon a Time in the West, and I know I've seen some. I don't watch a whole lot of them, though. But I do agree, though, the music is very good. And he also asked, he asked a couple other ones, have you seen The Human Centipede? I'm wondering because I've never seen you talk about that. I thought it was an amazing movie. Well, I'm actually going to get that tomorrow on Blu-ray. But I have seen the movie. I watched it on the, video on demand thing you could get on Comcast. Really did like the movie. Definitely looking forward to the sequel. It's definitely out there. Some people won't like it, but it's definitely worth checking out. He also asked, have you heard about the Don't Be Afraid of the Dark remake? It looks like it's a remake of a pretty good TV movie. I have seen the trailer for it. I did know that was a remake. It does look interesting. Are you Democratic, Republican, or Independent? I don't really have any views on any of that. I'm not a very political person, so I don't really have any opinion. Same with religion. I don't really have any opinion on that. In the future video, can you show your new room, not the DVD room? Well, I'm actually in the new room now. The cabinet, these posters, and then over this way is the bed and stuff. But I will do a better tour of it. It's not as big as the other one, though. I don't really do anything on here. We go on the computer and sleep, because I'm mainly just in the TV room, though. He also asked, Sean, do you watch anime movies like Arkia, Dragon Ball Z? Not really. I've seen a couple ones, but I haven't really watched many. Earth in Furs. How did you and MJ say goodbyes? It was kind of weird the way we had to say goodbye. I walked him into the place, and it wasn't anything major. It was kind of like, I think it's because we were around each other for so long at that point. I don't know. We mainly said more on the phone afterwards. This one was flagged for spam. Oh, yes, check out my video blog. SoupAc108. Hey, Sean, you're awesome. So is MJ. Just wondering if you ever saw the film Eraserhead. It's a very strange movie, but it's also a very good cult film. If you haven't seen it yet, you should check it out. You guys are awesome. Good luck in the future. I have seen Eraserhead. I really like that. Very weird. The chicken scene, the little chicken scenes, always creep me out. KOP008. Have you ever broken any bones? Well, once the one and only time I went ice skating in I think the second grade, I went out with this teacher, and I think she had the same name as me, something like that. And we went out there. She was being a real pain in the ass, and she kept on because I kept falling down. She was getting really mad about it. And I remember at one point I fell down, and I knew something was wrong. And then she's like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. And I remember these two big guys had to carry me out. And I feel like they carried me over their head or something. I remember that very strange. But then I went home, and I was like, something's wrong. I went in the tub. And I remember I couldn't get out of the tub. And I broke my shin or something. And it was really bad. And then I had to wear this huge leg cast. And I remember it was terrible to get in the school I went to, because I for some reason I wasn't very coordinated and could not figure out the crutches. I had so many problems with the crutches, so I couldn't get. There was no way to get in the school. They didn't have any elevators. All the classes were on the second floor, so the one custodian had to push me up in a wheelchair up this hill to get into the place. And I remember I think the next year he wasn't there, and my dad always made these jokes like, oh, you killed him having to push you up that hill. But that was a terrible situation. I've never ice skated or been near an ice rink since. But that was the only time I ever broke anything. VIO2112. Sean, are you going to see Back to the Futures on the October 23rd and 25th? AMC Theaters is doing a 25th anniversary. I didn't know about that, but I'm definitely trying to. Also, I was wondering who's going to be in the Around the Towns Now. Is Dweebo going to take MJ's spot? Well, me and Wet Movie are planning, Wet Movie 1 from YouTube, we're planning to do at least one vlog together a month. And then my brother Dweebo will be in some, same with my dad. Another question from Vans Rock. Have you heard any news on the upcoming movie Bloody Bible Camp? Well, that movie I'm really, really looking forward to. And I've talked to the director, very cool guy. Definitely looking forward to that. But I haven't heard anything about like release dates or anything yet. But when I know, I'll let you guys know. But that's one I'm looking forward to. Cradle of Fear 333. Are you a fan of Ghost Adventures on Travel Channel, Ghost Hunters on Sci-Fi, also Scare Tactics? I think I just saw an episode of Ghost Adventures. I like that. Ghost Hunters. Sometimes I feel like it's faked or something. I don't know. They're all right. I like Scare Tactics though. All right, and then this is Dream Factory 91. Are you a fan of Kevin Smith films? Yeah, I've liked Kevin Smith films. I have not watched Cop Out yet. I know he didn't write that though. I like Zach. I mean, I've liked everything he's done. I think my favorite though was Chasing Amy. JDUFFELL. Have you been to one of Kevin Smith's live show, or do you plan to go? I've never been to one, but I'd love to go to one. Well, I have seen him though at Comic-Con. I have seen, so I guess that was technically his live show. It wasn't the same though. GRLVDD28. Big fan of yours. Do you like Clive Barker's movies like Nightbreed or Lord of Illusions? And what do you think about them remaking Hellraiser? And do you look forward to seeing Jeepers Creepers 3? I did like Nightbreed. I've never seen Lord of Illusions. I'm interested in seeing the Hellraiser. I'm wondering if they're going to have Doug Bradley do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who else would do it. It's kind of like with the Chucky voice. It's like they just had Brad Dourif do it again, because who else could do it? Jeepers Creepers 3, I liked the first one. I didn't like the second one very much. But I'll see it, though. VCANX22. Have you seen Adventures in Babysitting? Yes, and I really like that. I'm sure there'll be a remake at some point, though. LTLMOV Movie Maker. What do you think about the animated movie Balto? What if I need to be reading all these names? Maybe I should just start reading the questions, because it seems kind of weird when I do the names. I'll just do that. Sean, are you a fan of Nigel Keneal's work? I'm sure I read you liked Halloween 3, so I wondered if you liked Quartermass or Stone Tape. I don't know that. I liked Halloween 3. Maybe that's the composer. Nigel. I don't know who that is. I don't know the name. What do you think happened to Ghostbusters 3? I think Ghostbusters 3 is the kind of thing that they've talked about since I was a kid. I mean, they've been talking about that since 1991. I mean, I think at some point it's going to happen, but I don't know. I feel like it's the kind of thing they like to talk about, and they've hyped it up to see if anyone's interested, and everyone is. So I think it's going to happen. It's the same with the Pee-wee movie. It's kind of like you don't really know when they're going to ever make it. This is from... I'll just read the questions. How do you feel about Star Wars being made into 3D films? Also, do you think Star Trek will follow the same? I know they keep releasing those Star Wars things again and again and again and again and again. I'd rather watch the Ewoks in 3D. I'm peculiar like that. Star Trek just brought out another CD with music from the series movies. Your thoughts? I like the original Star Trek series, though. Regarding Star Trek and Star Wars, are the studios being too greedy, triple and quadruple dripping on products, producing an endless regurgitation of the same products with little exempt one or two more features? No, I know that's going on. They're even putting out like Hangover Extreme Edition and stuff. It gets to be too much to buy those things again and again. I mean, certain movies, but I feel like they should just release it that way to begin with. Tapman85. Have you seen Big Trouble in Little China? I don't think I like that too much. If so, what do you think of it? It's my favorite movie along with Ghostbusters. I think I only watched it once as a kid. I think I should watch it again, though, and see. Chicken Warrior. I don't know if I should name the names or not. I should just go through these, because otherwise it breaks up the questions and seems strange. You have a lot of Canadian editions and some Canadian films. Have you ever been to Canada or will you in the future? Well, hopefully at some point I'll go to Canada to work with a specific director that I really love to in BC, Columbia. But I've never been to Canada. At some point I will, though. And I've just gotten those on Amazon. And then at one point, some company from Canada sent me some stuff. And I think that's how I got some of those weird ones. What old show would you want to be a stock footage parody show like C Lab? I think the original Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Because it reused scenes and animation a lot. Yeah, I know they like use the running scenes a lot in that and stuff. I don't know what would be interesting to see with that. I don't know. That's a tough one. What's your favorite show on Adult Swim? I haven't watched that lately, so I'm not sure. Have you seen any Swedish movies? If so, what is your favorite? Well, I think Let the Right One In was Swedish, and I really like that. I don't have a question, but when you make your video, please don't spend more than a minute answering each question. It's fun to watch the videos and hear your responses, but they just get incredibly boring after more than 5 minutes, usually. Okay. And then the person said to me, I guess, what movies scare you? What movie scares you? I remember the Japanese version, the Asian version of that really creeped me out. Just to see him, especially when the kid was standing over the woman. And Session 9 always creeped me out. What do you do to celebrate? What do you do to celebrate my favorite time of the year, Halloween? I've never done too much for Halloween. I always thought about having a haunted house. As a kid and stuff, I always wanted to make a haunted house, but I never did anything like that. I don't do a whole lot for Halloween. And a thing I never talk about much is I don't go to any of those horror, haunt things. I've always been creeped out by them. Like, I remember as a kid at the Ocean City, I used to always go, and I would get so creeped out because I had like a terrible, fit in the haunted house there. And I never, ever liked haunted houses. And I remember even maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I went to that haunted mummy thing you walk through at Universal in California. And they changed it now to like movie set pieces or something. But they grab you and stuff, and I hate that. So I don't do that. I did a movie, though, on a haunted house. I was telling everybody there, and they were giving me funny looks. Like, I said, I mean, I would never come to a thing like this in real life. Because I'm scared shitless of them. Do you like pro wrestling? I haven't really watched a lot of wrestling lately. I did like, as a kid, I really liked Hulk Hogan and Jake the Snake and all that kind of stuff. Those certain people. But I've never really watched recently, though. What's up with the film President's Day? I would really love to see it. That's going to come out on DVD, I think, this President's Day. So that will be out. When you say yak, do you mean as an extra? And what films have you been in? I've never done anything extra. Only like, either like one of the main characters or the co-starring, or like a cameo. Like or sometimes I shoot something for the person, and they cut it in. I'll read the newest list of the things I've done. I'll just read it off of the IMDb resume one, and I'll explain them. I don't want to go on too long because the other person said, don't dwell on a question too long. So I'm going to try not to. All right. So, like, the first one I have listed is Assault of the Sasquatch, and that one's coming out this month, I think on the 19th, and that was the one that me and MJ did together, and I was the comedic like relief character in the movie throughout the movie. President's Day, that's the one about the slasher at the high school, and I was played one of the kids that was running for class president and meets a demise. Banshee was the one I had the cameo at the end. That's out now on Amazon and everywhere. Demon Elathron, me and MJ did together. That's going to be out sometime next year. The Lashman I just did this summer. Witch's Brew, Zombie Babies, and the Lashman I was in that as one of the main characters, like a main group of kids. Witch's Brew, I played the kid who was throwing a party, and that's going to be pretty cool. Zombie Babies was one of the main characters. Melonheads, I opened that film. Hell House was a cameo. Truth or Dare was a cameo Insufficient Celluloid was a thing me and MJ shot for The Severed In with throughout that. Mr. Bricks was a cameo. Beyond McNasty, Sexual Assault at Bone Jack High, which was a film for Low Budget Pictures, and that was throughout that. Geek War was for Low Budget Pictures throughout that. Slaughter Weekend was the film that I had the scene with Ron Jeremy. Blood Wings, which was the film that I was in, that Linnea Quigley was in. 12/24 was the one I played a zombie, and Don and Murph have a cameo. Putty Hill, I don't know what's going on with that. Macabre Medicine should be out sometime soon. I know it's done. Gray Roberts from Outer Space, I'm a zombie in that. Red River, I have yet to see that movie, but we play infomercial salesman in that, me and MJ, so that'll be out soon, sometime next year. Los Angeles Ripper was something we shot, this little cameo. Mountain Mafia, we filmed this Don and Murph thing, kind of a Don and Murph thing for the TV in that. Psycho Street, I played a game show host and some stuff I shot for that. Postmortem was a zombie. Body in a Dumpster was this stuff me and MJ filmed. It was kind of like us as this cop series show. The Occultist were at the end of that reviewing the film. And then this one we filmed scenes to be deleted scenes called for Unholy Reunion. Trail Park Living Dead was one that I did as played Babette Bombshell's mean husband in that. So those are the main ones. Oh, and then Look for TV. And some new ones that I haven't talked about yet. So this is the end of part 1. So I'll see you guys for part 2.